Good evening, I'm Brittany Brackett, and this is your Onyx News.
Live from Onyx News Universal Studios. Coming up next.
Blackface Photo re-examines long history of bigotry in medicine. Inmate extricated with aid from Kim Kardashian West is offered book deal. Monifa Bandel is only one of the disgusted citizens disappointed with Virginia Governor Ralph Northam and his photo prior to his graduation. He was in school to become a pediatrician, not a racist, and plenty of folks are speaking out about his recent behavior and his strange explanation of the photo. Monifa is more hesitant now more than ever of doctors because of his crude and disgusting joke turned national scandal. If you devalue black people, that's going to impact how you treat black people, said Bandel, who serves as the senior vice president at Moms Rising. The advocacy group works on reproductive health issues and helping women, including maternal mortality. The photo strikes concern not just of the people in the photo, but that the fact was not recognized to be racist before it went to the presses, and that it was even acceptable at any point is the real problem. Northam is facing scrutiny on many fronts as he attends a predominantly black church and of course had black patients on his roll at one point when he practiced. To back up his refute of the photo, he has 9 friends that have even penned statements stating they do not believe that he's ever engaged in, promoted, tolerated, or condoned racism. The history of race and medicine has been hazy for years, with the trust level due to the stories like the experiment conducted in Jim Crow-era Alabama, where hundreds of black men with syphilis were left untreated for decades to course the disease's progress in the Tuskegee syphilis study. And even Dr. J. Marion Sims, who operated on enslaved African-American women with no anesthesia as he developed new gynecological methods. Serena Williams, the famous tennis star who is in the best of health, even complained in 2018 after her daughter was born that she made doctors test her for what turned out to be blood clots in her lungs as a pregnancy-related issue. In the recent news reporting from the Pope, he seems to have had a clarification of a past statement that might have been taken out of context. The Pope mentioned during his interview that the abuse happening to nuns, where cardinals and other priests were raping and molesting them, with some attacks birthing children who go fatherless to prevent the reputation of the accuser from being ousted. Vatican spokesman Alessandro Gisotti said Wednesday Francis spoke of sexual slavery to mean manipulation or a type of abuse of power that is reflected in the sexual abuse. The Pope has seemed to talk of finding ways to combat relentless behavior despite a continuation of the abuse in various parts of the world. And recently, the women's magazine of the Vatican newspaper L'Osservatore Romano pinpointed the clerical culture of the almighty clergy as the perpetrator. Perhaps his requests and demands will be made clear at the upcoming summit he has planned for thousands of Catholic leaders across the world who will be joining him in the coming weeks as he begins to right the wrongs of so many. Francis's recognition of the problem comes as he readies to determine the punishment of the dishonored American ex-cardinal, Theodore McCarrick, who is accused of mistreating minors as well as adult Sumerians. This behavior has been a huge problem in the Catholic Church, with altar boys and women being abused, yet having no real power or voice to speak up or out against their tormentors. Fear of not being believed has been a hindrance to many, as well as being exiled from the church for trying to protect themselves and their families. An 8-story building collapsed in Istanbul yesterday, killing at least 2 people, Turkish officials reported. Rescue workers worked feverishly and pulled 6 others out of the debris and were working to free more who were trapped. Racing against time, the teams are working, making great sacrifices, said former Prime Minister Binali Yildirim, the current parliament speaker who is running for mayor of Istanbul's Turkey March 31st local election. The governor said that the emergency workers are doing everything they can to recover all the injured and won't stop until the wreckage is combed through completely. The chief prosecutor's office said it launched an investigation into the collapse of the 27-year-old building. Turkey's broadcast medium Shielded later announced the prosecutor's office had ordered a media blackout, citing the inquiry into the collapse. Turkish television stations then immediately ended their live broadcasts from the scene. The building, which had 43 people living in 14 apartments, had a street-level ground floor and 7 higher floors, Istanbul Governor Ali Yerlikaya said, adding that the top 3 floors had been built improperly and illegally. It was not immediately clear how many people were trapped in the wreckage. The collapse shook the town and happened at about 4 p.m. on the Asian side of Istanbul in the largely residential Kartal district. Security camera footage on Haberturk television showed several people, including school children with backpacks, running away from the site as the building toppled down and a cloud of dust engulfed the area. We rushed out as soon as we heard a loud noise. We got out and we saw the building had collapsed, resident Kenyan Aladiz told the news channel. Authorities sealed off the area as crowds gathered to watch or help with the rescue operation. Make sure you don't go too far from the TV. Onyx News will be right back after these messages.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to MyPillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it. Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Immune Fortress is a supplement that helps increase your glutathione, also known as GSH, nature's master of all antioxidant levels in the body, which are often deficient due to overall aging and when chronic illness is present, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and kidney problems. The key to Immune Fortress effectiveness, other than taking it correctly, is consistency. To get the best results, take it on a daily basis so your body has the elements it needs to naturally consistently build glutathione levels in order to fight and repair cellular damage and boost your health. Order our Combo 1-2 Punch to boost your immune system today. www.immunefortress.com/now.
Kardashian West lends her hand to more humanitarian efforts these days, reaching out to help women obtain pardons from prison as a new pastime. Harper, an imprint of HarperCollins publishers, proclaimed Wednesday that Alice Marie Johnson, a woman who was serving a life sentence, will be released after life. My Journey from Incarceration to Freedom, a book, which comes out May 21st. Kardashian West bestowed her gift with a foreword to what Harper is calling an honest, faith-driven memoir and a deep look into the systemic issue of mass incarceration. A film, television show, and all life rights were sold to Endeavor Content and One Community to be used in creating numerous ways to share the real-life story of her unfortunate stint in prison and what it was like as a day in the life of Johnson. I feel humbled that the telling of my story gives hope and that my years of pain were not in vain, Johnson said in a statement. Johnson did not disclose how much she was paid to tell her story and sell all rights, but it had to be worth a pretty penny in a case such as hers, as she has had lots of time to account for in her work. Serving 20 years of a sentence, President Trump shortened her sentence last year, with KKW requesting a private meeting with POTUS to get him to sign off on the request to pardon Johnson. Trump went a step further and invited Johnson and others to the State of the Union address Tuesday night to mention his recent efforts to provide better rehabilitation opportunities to past drug offenders and others who may have had a rough bid. Alice's story underscores the disparities and unfairness that can exist in criminal sentencing and the need to remedy this total injustice. Trump spoke as Johnson wiped tears from her face and received a standing ovation. It seems the allegations just keep on coming to Governor Northam in Virginia, now with claims against him that he sexually assaulted a woman. Not only is the racist KKK photo alongside a person in blackface concerning, but now Attorney General Mark Herring has had accusations that threaten to take down a third elected official in the town. Herring has issued a statement admitting he wore brown makeup and a wig in 1980 to look like a rapper during a party when he was a 19-year-old student at the University of Virginia. Herring was actually called for Northam to step down to ensure a 2021 run, but this could surely end his political chances, let alone kill his career for the future. And then, almost instantaneously, Vanessa Tyson, a California woman whose sexual assault allegations against Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax were exposed earlier this week, but put out an elaborate statement saying Fairfax forced her to perform oral sex on him in a hotel room in 2004 during the Democratic National Convention in Boston. Tyson was adamant about her name being released, which is something that is normally not specified as boldly by media outlets. Tyson happens to be a 42-year-old political scientist on a fellowship at Stanford University, specializing in the political discourse of sexual assault. Fairfax, who is next to become governor if Northam vacates, has continually denied Tyson's claims, saying that the act was consensual and that he is clearly the victim of a strategically timed political smear. At no time did she express to me any discomfort or concern about our interactions, neither during that encounter nor during the months following it, when she stayed in touch with me, nor the past 15 years, Fairfax defended. A teenager who convinced and encouraged her boyfriend to kill himself across more than 15 texts has been found by Massachusetts' highest court of involuntary manslaughter conviction. Michelle Carter indeed is responsible for the death of Conrad Roy III, to pass away from toxic gas in his truck, sitting alone in a parking lot more than 5 years ago. As she listened to him choke and slowly expire, she did nothing to save him, make no calls to emergency units, or even try to actively help him stay alive. Carter was sentenced to 15 months in jail, but is currently free on bail as she awaited her appeals from the ruling. District Attorney Thomas Quinn III said in a statement, "This case is a tragedy for all the people impacted in this case. However, as the court found in 2 separate decisions, her conduct was wanton and reckless and caused the death of Conrad Roy." The teens met while on vacations with their families and really only communicated mainly via text and phone conversations. Come to find out, the teens had each of their own separate battles of depression, with Roy having past suicide attempts and Carter having image issues like anorexia. "I thought you wanted to do this. The time is right and you're ready. Just do it, babe," Carter sent in one message to Roy. Another says, "You're finally going to be happy in heaven. No more pain. It's okay to be scared and it's normal. I mean, you're about to die." The judge stated that Carter had a moral responsibility to inform the police and his family when she knew he re-entered the vehicle, claiming he jumped out only because he was afraid. We'll be right back with more Onyx News after our sponsors.
Do you have trouble falling asleep or wake up with a sore neck or headache? Then it's time you discovered MyPillow.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. 10 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota. I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to mypillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it. Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Immune Fortress is a supplement that helps increase your glutathione, also known as GSH, nature's master of all antioxidant levels in the body, which are often deficient due to overall aging and when chronic illness is present, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and kidney problems. The key to Immune Fortress effectiveness, other than taking it correctly, is consistency. To get the best results, take it on a daily basis so your body has the elements it needs to naturally consistently build glutathione levels in order to fight and repair cellular damage and boost your health. Order our Combo 1-2 Punch to boost your immune system today. www.immunefortress.com/now.
Robert Kelly just announced an international tour, then deleted the post. It could be because Australia in particular wasn't too thrilled about his post, with an Australian lawmaker working to forbid his arrival. He also shared plans for desiring to come on tour to New Zealand and Sri Lanka as well. What bothers people most is that Kelly seems to have no remorse or real response to the recent allegations of his mistreatment of women and underage girls at his home and other locations. No new criminal charges have been filed against Kelly since the most recent alleged sexual misconduct was brought to light, as well as the recent documentary. Several previous cases have been settled out of court. In 2008, he was found not guilty on a trial on child pornography charges. Since the documentary surfaced, his label has dropped him, and he denies each of the allegations, except for the ones he settled out of court. Kelly is not the first of performers that have been banned, as others include Chris Brown, Chelsea Manning, and a host of people from other industries. If the immigration minister suspects that a non-citizen does not pass the character test, or there is a risk to the community while they are in Australia, he should use the powers he has under the Migration Act to deny or cancel their visa. Senior opposition lawmaker Shane Newman said in a statement. Australia doesn't care if Kelly has won numerous Grammys or who he's collaborated with. They only care if his character is deemed worthy to perform and share a space with women and girls who admire his work and will not have to have a concern of whether they are safe or not. President Donald Trump has scheduled a 2-day summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for later this month on February 27th and 28th in Vietnam to continue his efforts to sway Kim to give up his nuclear weapons. The visit is historic, as Trump is the first president to ever meet with Un, a first, let alone second time. Although Trump has requested Un to relinquish his missile powers, at least for the time being, Kim Jong-un has reportedly still been launching tests, proven with footage from our satellites. Denuclearizing North Korea is an act that has been something that has eluded the U.S. for more than 20 years, since it was first learned that North Korea was prepared to acquire the means for nuclear weapons. Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates informed Congress that he believes North Korea will not surrender because nuclear weapons are a major strength for them, and they will not go without something that makes them more powerful. He believes they have no intention of halting production or practice runs of missiles from factories. The holdup is that North Korea wants sanctions, and the U.S. wants locations of factories to keep tabs on production, and UN isn't having it. Neither side wants to seem vulnerable, but is still holding up the true answer to the deal. Trump feels if he weren't president now, we could have very well been at war with North Korea. Much work remains to be done, but my relationship with Kim Jong-un is a good one, he said in announcing their second meeting. News that a provisional understanding has been reached offers relief to those who worried Trump would lose lack of the deal as grounds to pull U.S. troops out of South Korea as part of negotiations with Kim. North Korea has claimed that the presence of American troops in the South is evident that the U.S. has hostile intent in the region. The red carpet for the premiere of Liam Neeson's latest film was scratched Tuesday, a day after a British newspaper publicized an interview in which the actor talked about wanting to kill a random black person nearly 40 years ago. He said a close friend told him she had been raped by a black man, and it set him off. Coordinators of the New York premiere of Cold Pursuit said they decided to cancel interviews and photo opportunities for the film not long after Neeson appeared on Good Morning America to explain his past racial thoughts. He told reporter Robin Roberts that he is not a racist and moved past his desire for violence after attempting to get help from a priest and from close friends. Neeson said in an interview published Monday by The Independent that after learning his friend's attacker was black, he went up and down areas with a kosh, a stick or a truncheon, hoping a black person would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, so that I could kill him. It took me a week, maybe a week and a half, to get through that. Neeson told Roberts he had asked about the race of the attacker, along with other important traits. The topic arose because the interviewer asked him about how he tapped into his feelings of revenge, how he displays in Cold Pursuit, which tells the story of a father who seeks violent revenge for his son's death. We all pretend we're kind of politically correct, Neeson, who grew up in Northern Ireland, told Roberts. I mean, in this country, it's the same in my own country, too. You sometimes just scratch the surface and you discover this racism and bigotry, and it's there. Onyx News is coming right back, so don't you go too far.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The Frederick Douglass Global Fellows Program awards 10 full scholarships a year to students at minority-serving institutions to enable them to travel the world and study abroad. Jorian Reeves took her opportunity to go to Qatar for a debate tournament and found an inner glow that she never thought she would have had without seeing the world. Initially, her full scholarship, she traveled to Africa to study abroad for 4 weeks, and it changed her life. Jorian is a first-year student at Xavier University, Louisiana's College of Pharmacy, and used the opportunity to get in touch with her courageous side and no longer be afraid and hold the power to achieve something great. I was able to recognize my own privilege, gain a global consciousness about poverty, and ponder what steps I can take to help alleviate socioeconomic divide, Jorian said. Her desire to discover solutions became paramount, and the ability to promote change became her focus. Her life in Chicago and the level of poverty she was familiar with encouraged her to figure out ways to help others. 10 college students at the more than 600 minority-serving institutions across the country can win full scholarships to study abroad next summer, and all qualified applicants are guaranteed $1,500 grants toward select study abroad programs, according to the Council on International Education Exchange, CIEE, and the Penn Center for Minority-Serving Institutions, which jointly sponsor the scholarship program. Last year alone, CIEE provided more than $8 million in scholarships, grants, and financial aid. CIEE programs are at more than 60 international sites, including Berlin, Buenos Aires, Cape Town, Copenhagen, London, Madrid, Paris, Rio de Janeiro, Rome, Santiago, and Shanghai. To learn how you can receive a fellowship, contact Frisbee & Associates at mike@frisbeeassociates.com. Cute hair, she does care. The relationship between a black woman and her hair is something few can understand. But now these products have made choices a bit easier to make it when it comes to our hair. These new beauty subscription boxes are full of new skincare, makeup, hair care, and other products specifically designed for women of color. To start building your perfect beauty arsenal, consider subscribing to one of these amazing boxes to receive continuous hair bliss. The Box Plus Bay brand boasts a box including 5 to 8 full-size makeup, skincare, hair care, and bath and body products, as well as home good products. The products will work for a super wide range of hair types, which is helpful if you're learning what works best. The Zuhiri Beauty Box offers and includes 4 all-natural skincare, hair care, body care, and cosmetic products. They even offer a mini skincare assessment, which you can aid in finding out products that work best with your skin type. The Cocotique Beauty Box is a luxurious subscription box for women of color with samples of hair, skin, makeup, fragrance, and lifestyle products from a variety of companies. You'll also find detailed information about each product and exclusive discount codes in every box to help you with your next purchase. My Curls Understood gives you 5 to 8 full-size products to try out to see if you like them, along with a hair quiz to help you make the right selection when it comes to your curl pattern. We can all be confident, but confidence also comes from you knowing what may work best for you. You're sure to be on the right track when you order these boxes because of variety, discounts, and the plentiful choices they offer. Once again, as always, thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing you right here tomorrow night for more Onyx News. I'm Brittany Brackett, and this has been News from a Black Perspective. Till tomorrow.